Anyway, what I wanted to talk about, why should somebody play a Stratocaster? Or why shouldn't they play a Stratocaster?
Over to the Stratocaster master.
They should play a Strat because...
Where's your microphone?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, yep. We'll put it up your jumper.
Umper.
Why should you pick a Strat?
I know the answer to this question.
Do you?
Okay.
Yeah, I think there's a few answers. The first one is, it's the most balanced guitar to stand up or sit down. Everything's perfectly positioned, volume, tuners.
So people who haven't got good balance need a Stratocaster?
No. A Les Paul sits here, doesn't it?
Yeah, they're rubbish for that.
SGs go like that. Other guitar Strats, they balance. Standing up, they're perfect. Sitting down, they're perfect, aren't they?
And how the contoured body just makes you want to play the damn thing. Makes you want to put it on.
Yeah.
Doesn't it? Yeah, I mean, I used to have a Strat, and then I swapped it for a Strat, you know, as a souped up Ibanez version, which had a humbucker down the bottom, like that's going to be one day when it grows up. So if you have one of those, you've got all bases are covered. All of them.
Yeah, so if you're in a cover band and you want to do loads of tones, a HSS Strat with a coil tap even,
yeah,
you've got so many tones covered then, haven't
all of
you?
it is done.
I think that if you really like to emphasise certain notes by whacking it hard, a Strat or a Telecaster works fantastically. For snap, the single coils pick up that transient response of a snap better than a humbucker.
Yeah.
And there's something to do with the longer scale length that helps that as well, because especially, you know, you get Stevie Ray Vaughan and everything, all they have to do is whack that low E string. You will not get that effect from a Les Paul.
No, absolutely not.
There's many sounds to be got out of a Strat. Many sounds.
More than a Les Paul.
It's
miles
very
more.
comfortable and balanced, sitting down, standing up. Everything's in the right place.
Yeah.
It just feels right. But a Les Paul's awesome as well, isn't it? In its own way. It's the feel of the long scale as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the slight movement of the trem just gives you that.
That's a bit that I don't like.
A fight in it. I like to fight it a bit.
I like where the volume is.
Yeah. Some people move them, you know.
Ridiculous.
In the way
Maybe an inch, half an inch down would be better, but it's perfect, really.
And that is perfect. You can just whack it where you want it.
Yeah. Show them the trick. Where you just strum and you go up and down. That's amazing. I love the way you do that.
Right. But you need the amp on, really.
So you hit it and keep it there, and then hit it, and then on the way down, push that down all the way. So
lovely.
Yeah.
Or you can knock that back a bit, and then it's more.
Oh yeah.
I think Pete Townsend used to do that.
Did he?
The Les Paul, you can switch it on and off, okay?
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
I remember having a conversation with a band and they were saying, don't ever front a band with a Strat.
It's bullshit, innit?
And I never really got to the bottom of why they were saying that. But at the time, Cooler Shaker were out.
Okay.
Oasis.
Well, that was all Les Pauls and
There's
335s and things like that.
Whatever guitar you play, there's always things coming in and out of fashion and something's associated with that. But so many varied people have played a Strat over the years.
I think that the Strat sounds more musical than any other guitars as well. In other words, I think the colour from a chord, you know, more than 2 notes.
Yeah.
It is more colourful on a Strat for some reason.
You can
I don't know why.
yourself through a Strat, can't you? I find
That's the colour thing, isn't it? Yeah.
Maybe Gibson's. You get 2 or 3 sounds. A Strat, you can get all manner of different things going on.
Yeah.
Although, like I said to you recently, I hate Strats, and I'm on my Les Paul now. I hate
really.
Strats.
He's lying.
But that's how they are.
So
it's a love-hate thing.
Yeah, it is.
Because, you know, although it's kind of perfect in many ways, it's flawed in others.
And also, do you know what? The other thing I think's interesting with the...
Talk about hypocrite.
Yeah, but really interesting with the Strat, from a kind of mixing idea, from a sound engineering mixing idea, when you're talking about a lot of guitars, they take up a lot of the frequencies. You know, with a humbucker and a distorted amp, it's easy for it to be massive in a mix. A Strat, you can actually thin down to a really narrow band of frequency. It's still got the bass, it's still got the treble, it's still got all of it, but there's holes in it.
Yeah.
There's like a... And that allows you to bring in other instruments. So I think that's part of it being so great for songs, you know, for like Nile Rodgers using it on so many hit songs. It'll blend with so many different things and work in a mix.
Yeah, it's got poke, it's transparent, but it's got the rhythm, hasn't it? It's got all the jab you want, but it just, you can imagine the mix without it in there, can't you?
You can.
It's a strange thing. Yeah.
Well, like we were saying before, like you were saying, all the different types of Strat players there are, and all the different types of styles and sounds they have, just says what an incredible guitar it is to do all that type of music.
It is,
From, you know, surf to heavy rock, Hendrix, blues, you know, whatever you want to do on it.
So why should you play a Gibson instead of a Strat?
Well, I think if you want a big fat sound, you'd play a Gibson, wouldn't you? Big fat sound, reminiscent of Les Paul players.
You won't get that sound out of
a
Strat.
And I think
humbuckers on you won't. I mean, you get a big fat tone, but it's almost heavier because of the longer scale length. That's one of the factors.
Scale length, yeah.
I don't like the humbuckers with the long scale length of the Strat. I think there's something hard about that scale length that the single coils soften out.
Maybe.
And then if you get a humbucker on there, it sounds, because a lot of the heavy players are playing things like HH Telecasters, 2 humbuckers on the Telecaster, and they sound really heavy, you know, or they can do depending on how you set it.
Yeah, that was Mike was saying that's it was Fender's attempt at a Les Paul.
I tell you what, I've seen people do really well with the Telecaster, where they just do the volume pot, they strum it and then do the tone pot.
Yeah.
So they're doing a wah with the tone pot as they're going down. They're catching the tone pot.
Rory Gallagher had this set up, didn't he, as a tone for every position, I think.
Did he?
And he used to do that thing, didn't he? I can't.
Oh, so that was like over all the pickups. I'm with you.
Jeff Beck was the one for control, though, isn't he? He's with the volume and
the trem.
Yeah.
And he's, you know,
I think it helps playing with your fingers for that, because you've got
more plex.
Yeah. But
they're very versatile guitars, aren't they? And they do loads of different sounds. They respond to how you hit them, how you pluck them, fingers. Whereas
I think the Telecaster a bit more. If you want to be really just pure about how you hit the guitar and how it whacks back, if you whack it hard, it hits back just as hard. That's the Telecaster.
Yeah.
I love the sustain of the Telecaster and the vibration.
The other thing is it's got a whammy bar, isn't it? You know, that's I mean, obviously you can put them on any guitar, or you can get versions of any guitar with the whammy bars, but they were the authentic first real go-to whammy bar guitar, weren't they, the Strat?
I've never tried a hardtail, but I presume they're a little bit Telecaster in their characteristics, apart from maybe the bridge pickup.
the pickups make a huge tone, and also that Telecaster bridge makes a big difference to the tone.
Big saddles.
Yeah.
And the Telecaster's great for slide because you got that sustain and vibration through the thing, haven't you? Whereas a Strat tends to, they haven't got a huge amount of sustain, have they?
Bonnie Raitt sounds pretty good with a slide on a
a slide on.
Yeah,
it's that again.
So
we're talking about mini burgers now.
Fender wasn't a guitar player,
Wasn't
he? But he had a certain sound in his head, and he didn't like electric guitars sounding muddy, and that's what he thought the Les Paul did.
Yeah.
And he wanted his guitar. He tuned his amps with a mid scoop. If you've got the treble down really low on a Fender tone stack, the middle on 10, and the bass low, you're getting towards a flatter EQ.
Oh really?
Yeah. So his EQ is massively mid-scooped. He didn't want the mud in there. He wanted clarity, and it's there with a Strat all the way through, and it's there with his amps as well, you know. And his amps have worked more than any other. I mean, the most recorded amp in the world is the Fender Deluxe Reverb, a little 20-watt valve amplifier that does the mid-scoop thing, and it just starts to add a little bit of grit. But that's the world's most recorded guitar amp, apparently.
Right.
It might be soon to be taken over by something on the computer as an app for people.
No, please.
Well, more people are recording now than ever, more regularly, aren't they? So,
go.
But
let's go all digital.
1110 or 1110.
01.
Oh.
Yeah, it's great what you can do, a lot of stuff, isn't it? But there's, you know.
No, because it's all too late. It's all too late. It's all after the fact.
Yeah.
With an amp, it's as you're doing it, isn't it? It's cause and effect.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if there's anything you'd like to hear discussed on the show, please comment below. Cheers.